Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of In the Know with RV Pro. This is part 2 of our interview with James Ashurst, Senior VP of Communications and Marketing for RVIA. Thanks for being on In the Know.
Really appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so coming off committee week, would you say, RVIA and the industry as a whole is gaining a stronger foothold?
Absolutely. I think when you look at committee week and specifically the advocacy day portion of committee week, the level of involvement that we've seen from our members as well as with partners from the campground industry and the dealers, I mean, it's just growing exponentially year over year over year. So the number of meetings that we've had with members, the number of members of Congress and the House and Senate that have joined the RV caucus has been really, really strong. Just coming off of the RVs Move America research that we did several years back that really showcased the size and scope of the RV industry, it opened up a lot of eyes in Washington. You couple that with the data that came out from the government itself, and the efforts that RVIA is involved with, the Outdoor Recreation Roundtable, which is a group of a lot of different recreation industries all pulling together. It's really opened up the eyes of just what a powerful impact outdoor recreation and the outdoor recreation businesses have on the overall economy. So, and of that larger group, just the amount that the RV industry contributes has really helped to get us a strong seat at the table. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you talk about the impact of the industry and recreation in general. I think that's like a 2% national GDP?
That's correct. Yeah, that was part of the leave behinds that we had with lawmakers just this past week. And
incredible.
Again, that's a big deal. Yeah. It's a big number. And we should have a strong voice in the administration. We should have a strong voice in Congress because the industry employs so many people, and again, has that incredibly powerful economic impact on the economy on the whole. We should be able to have a seat and have a conversation and voice our concerns and have those concerns listened to. So.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, with the RV caucus, I mean, like, I think more people are paying attention to it now. Now that, hey, look at these numbers.
And I think a lot has to do with Frank, my boss, Frank Hugelmeyer, coming in from the outside and the experiences that he's had in terms of bringing groups together across the recreation space. This is a passion area for him. And absolutely his leadership has helped to drive our voice in Washington stronger than it ever has been, in conjunction with the really strong government affairs team that we have at the RV Industry Association.
Well, I mean, like, not only in government, but I mean, I think, like, he's been on for what, 2 years, 2.5 years?
Yeah, we're going into his third year now.
So I mean, you see, I think, a push for new website, new logo, RVX. RVAA now becoming a part of RVIA. So many different things. Would you say, I mean, like, Hugelmeyer is a big part of that, but I think it's a huge team effort altogether.
It's absolutely a huge team effort, and it's something that the industry has wanted, and I think, Frank's hiring was a great hire. I think working with the leadership team at the RV Industry Association and all of the staff to structure the organization in such a way that we can see the successes that we're seeing now. It's about being serious in our member engagement, spending time going out and visiting our members and seeing them on their turf and on their terms and really forging those strong personal relationships. It's been part of our overall strategic plan. We've got a very strong strategic plan within the organization. Everybody in the business knows what it is that we do well. We did research of our membership. Our members told us what they felt was most important. So we're simply aligning ourselves and getting our structure right so that we can achieve the things that we've been told are most important to our member companies.
Right. Well, totally. And I wondered too, like, what were some of the conversations that you saw going on during committee week? Talking with members of Congress. What were some of the talking points that you heard come up?
There were several different issues. Campground modernization is a real big one for us. Both on the federal level and on the state and even local level. The number of RVs and people interested in camping are going like this. The number of places that people can go are staying flat. On the federal level, you know, I don't know that they don't know what they don't know in terms about what's happening in the parks. Unfortunately, what happens when budgets get tight, rather than making the infrastructure fixes that they would need to a campground, kind of an alarming trend is that they're just closing the campground.
Really?
And that's happened in numerous locations across the country. So we want to try to help the government get to a place where we can come up with some common sense solutions, whether it's through private-public partnerships, which have worked so well in other industries on federal lands. It's time for the investment to take place here and make the campgrounds in the parks, federal parks, federal lands, state lands, accommodate today's RVer, and to continue to provide opportunity for people to get out and explore the great places that we have in this country.
Right.
You know, our position on this is we want to find common sense solutions that strike a balance between conservation and access. That's where we are. I mean, that's absolutely where we're at, and how we can help the administration get there. We'll do whatever we can to help.
And this is a vision shared by Secretary of the Interior Ryan Zinke as well, right? I mean,
we've had numerous meetings with him as well as with people on his staff. We've had tremendous access there, and he knows our issues, and certainly Interior is looking at how they can go about improving the campground situation. You know, there's largely been this misconception that when people go camping, they want to get off the grid and get away. The research, KOA just did that huge research study, and the exact opposite is true. The number one thing that people want in a campground is Wi-Fi. Because they want to get away, but then we're such a sharing society, they want to share the fact that they're getting away. You know, it's kind of a social currency now.
They got put on the social media platforms.
They're having experiences. So, I mean, we laughed because Wi-Fi ranked higher by almost twice as much as toilet paper. So it's obvious that that's what the expectation level is of the consumer nowadays, and that it's just a must. So, and that should be the case in any one of the parks. People need access. People need to be able to use technology to better their experiences. It's the world we live in now.
Right. Well, I mean, is it a simple fix? I mean, just to put Wi-Fi in a camp, or?
I'm not going to pretend to be as knowledgeable enough on those types of things, but I am certain that given the right parameters, that we've got technological solutions that could come in and pretty easily do that. We have the technology. It's getting the time and creating a framework that works for everybody.
Right.
But again, we're really eager to see those easy fixes take place.
Yeah, all these things going on. What are you most excited about, like that RVIA is pursuing?
We just had a very successful committee week. The membership has invested in us like never before. You look and see the creation and formation of that RV Institute. That is a sizable investment. You talked about the brand refresh and technology. 2 years ago, the member company said, we want you to be a technology association. We want you to have the latest and greatest. And we've implemented those things and are rolling those out. And it's only going to lead to a better member industry experience in terms of how they interact with us. You talked about the aftermarket. It was so great to have a handful of people from the aftermarket, what was the RV Aftermarket's board, now be at committee week for our first ever RV Aftermarket committee meeting, face to face. And then to have them engage with other committees, to have them engage with Advocacy Day, it was awesome to see. And I got several follow-up notes from people who were really, really happy with the week and really, really excited about the future. So when we head into August and we head into the Aftermarket Conference, the Executive Conference, we're really excited about the opportunity to continue to build that event and further engage those members into the RV Industry Association family. And then finally, RVX. I mean, what a big project. I mean, to take a show that's 50 years old or whatever and smash it flat, and from the ashes rises this new event. There's a lot of excitement around it. I think it's got an opportunity to really be a bedrock event in that larger kickoff to camping season marketing campaign that we're going to be launching next year. So, I mean, these are exciting times. We've got a lot of stuff going on, but our member buy-in, our member engagement, our member participation, our industry position has never been stronger. And again, that's, you know, we gotta stick to our strategic plan, and we've got to deliver on those things, and we've got to continue to deliver value to our members and value to the industry. And if we do that, everybody's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
it's been a heck of a ride the last 8-9 years. And there's no reason to believe that if we work smart and we work together in a unified way across all the different pockets in the industry, there's no reason we can't continue to grow.
Absolutely. Well, I think you guys are on the path, and it's very exciting times. Yeah, James, thank you. Thanks again for being on In the Know with us today, and we'll see you next month for the next episode.